Hello everyone, welcome to Postman Galaxy. I'm Abhinav, Postman's co-founder and CEO, and I'm just really thrilled to see you all here. At this conference, we have put together so much amazing content about APIs and Postman that I hope you can just experience it all. Today, I want to talk about what I believe is the most exciting update to the Postman product ever. We call it the first massively multiplayer API experience, and I'm about to show you why. Every piece of software built today either uses an API or is an API. APIs are at the heart of modern software. And so along with this incredible importance of APIs, we also see the role of APIs evolve rapidly. At Postman, we have seen massive growth in the number of developers who are building APIs. These developers span the entire globe, and there are more than 14 million users on the Postman platform. And these developers are in every sector of the industry as well. They're in retail, healthcare, financial services, and everywhere else. Every corner of the economy is being impacted by the growth of APIs. And at Postman, we have seen this explosive growth of APIs up close. This graph shows just the number of collections on the Postman platform today, and the number of collections being created every month is growing exponentially. APIs are growing so much that the entire development landscape is shifting from API last to API first development. Engineering teams typically used to build APIs at the end of the software lifecycle. But with API first, APIs are developed strategically at the beginning of system design. This is a very significant shift, and we are definitely seeing the API first philosophy gaining ground. And here's some proof about how much ground it's gained. We recently released the Postman 2020 State of the API report after surveying more than 13,000 industry professionals like all of you out there. There were lots of fascinating findings, and I definitely recommend that you read through it if you haven't, but here's one that really stood out to me. Over 60% of respondents rated themselves as 5 or better in terms of embracing an API first philosophy. This is a mainstream movement at this point, and API first looks to be continuing its momentum in companies all over the world. APIs and the API first approach are powering all of modern software in every industry, and they are everywhere. So now that we know that APIs are behind modern software, what does modern software itself need to get to the next level? Well, let's talk for a minute about the needs of modern software. First, as many of you know, modern software simply needs to evolve faster and faster. The world is unrelenting in its demand for really spectacular digital experiences, and they want those experiences right now. Let's look at the major pain points that are preventing all of us from being as fast as we can possibly be. Now, from our experience at Postman, one thing we've observed in many companies is that API consumers and producers have distinct life cycles, which result in them not working well together. This creates huge inefficiencies in API development. We believe there needs to be a tight feedback loop between consumers who can provide constant feedback that developers can utilize to make their software better. The tighter the feedback loop between consumers and producers, the faster the feedback lifecycle becomes, and greater is the ability for developers to build better APIs and hence build better modern software. Now, once we've solved the producer-consumer feedback problem, there's another item we need to tackle. Modern software needs to be customizable and integrated into every kind of system, and all of that also happens through APIs. Unfortunately, the world doesn't have enough developers to do all of this API work. To make this happen, we'll have to address these 3 core issues. First, consumers should be able to build solutions themselves through APIs. Integrations, automations, and mini apps are just some of the examples which we are seeing consumers do themselves. Second, this means that for the future, existing jobs will need new skills, and we believe, in fact, new job skills will come into being. At Postman, we believe that out of the 1 billion knowledge workers out there today, we can help the world get to 100 million software builders. So for us to properly address these issues, it became clear to us that modern software needs a new kind of API platform. And at Postman, we've been working hard to create that platform for a long time. We started out just helping developers make successful API calls, and then we heard from those developers that they wanted more capabilities and more collaboration, and hence we added the ability to build collections, the ability for them to share these collections in Workspaces, and a lot more. And we are continuing to improve and evolve the Postman platform every day. I now want to take you through the new Postman API platform that we are shipping today and how it can help you solve the massive challenges of modern software in ways that wasn't possible before. At a high level, the platform gives API developers and also this new class of builders that we have been talking about these benefits for your private APIs as well as your public APIs. The first benefit is to help you build great developer experiences for all kinds of APIs. The second benefit that you get is the ability to build really high quality APIs. And finally, the platform lets you iterate fast with governance and security in mind. Now let's talk about two very specific advancements in the platform that make these high-level benefits possible. First of all, we are rolling out a brand new user interface for Postman that will make it faster and easier for every user. Whether you are an experienced developer or a non-technical builder, you will be able to do incredible things with APIs. Here are some of the specific improvements in Postman's new user interface. We have a redesigned navigation at the top that's simpler and faster. There's a new sidebar that makes all of Postman's tools easily accessible to you. There's a new context bar that shows you options based on the task you're working on. And then there's something we call presence, which allows you to see which of your colleagues are in a workspace at any given time. And now, the second new thing on the Postman platform. And this is the most exciting update to the Postman product ever. Postman Public Workspaces, which are officially moving out of beta into general availability. Here's a little video to give you the general idea.
Let me tell you something. You know, it used to be impossible to collaborate with people from different companies on an API. But new Postman Public Workspaces are the first massively multiplayer API experience, which means if you want to collaborate on APIs, you simply invite two friends. And they'll invite two friends, and they'll invite their friends, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on.
Yes, definitely tell all your friends. We call public workspaces a massively multiplayer API experience because much in the same way that massively multiplayer online games brought an entirely new dimension to gaming and really helped it explode, public workspaces we believe can bring an entire new dimension to working with APIs. With public workspaces, we are taking collaboration on APIs beyond the realm of a team for the first time. Now people from different teams, different companies, producers and consumers, virtually anyone really, as you saw in that video, can communicate and work together to build software in a way that was never possible before. Postman Public Workspaces allow producers and consumers to collaborate seamlessly on public APIs or any of the infinite use cases that could be built on the combination of those APIs. Public Workspaces will let you as a producer share great API experiences with your consumers. And for consumers of APIs who want to get started with APIs faster, public workspaces are the best place for you to start. Public workspaces will give you a streamlined, super efficient flow with everything that is related to public APIs and more. Let's talk about some of the specific features of public workspaces. First of all, public workspaces are free. We don't charge for them, and anyone can create a public workspace and invite as many people as they want within it. That's why we call them massively multiplayer. And to get started, you just need a public identity, which is a lot like your social media profile on postman.com. Public identities are available at postman.com/your-username. So go grab your username now. Once you have your public identity, you can go to public workspaces on postman.com and comment on collections or APIs or even specific parts of a request inside a collection. Now, collections inside a workspace can be forked. This allows you to consume APIs without disturbing the original collection. Additionally, if you have improvements to suggest for those collections, you can create pull requests that will allow you to contribute back to that source collection. If you have ever used GitHub or any other source control system, this is a very similar workflow, but far simpler and super easy to use. Now, if you're a consumer who is dependent on an API, it's critical that you are aware of it when it changes. Every API built in Postman now comes with a watch button. If you click that button, you will be notified of changes to the API and its schema with a meaningful diff showing you what those changes were. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. And if something actually does change, the watch button will notify you so you can take action at your end. And lastly, Postman now has a powerful API search engine right at the center of the new interface. The engine searches through the entire universe of APIs accessible to you. This includes your data, your team's data, and the data on the Postman API network. We have thousands of companies already publishing on the Postman platform across hundreds of workspaces. The search engine is your gateway into those workspaces. If you're a producer who's publishing your own public API onto the Postman platform, this search functionality is how consumers are going to find you. Now that I've told you about what public workspaces can actually do, I'd like to welcome Postman's chief evangelist, Lane, on stage to show you how these updated collaboration features around public workspaces actually work.
Thank you, Abhinav. Today, I'm excited to take you through how Postman collaboration actually works. And for that, I'm going to invite a few of my friends to help with this demo.
Hi, Ken. I need a space-themed API for Galaxy. Let's create a new workspace. Add a summary. Add a description. And let me add some team members to work in this workspace. Got Ken, we got Matt, Arlemy. And I'm going to start with an open API. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see if Ken can help. And maybe Matt can help write some tests. And I know Arlemy's going to love this. Let's ask him to do some documentation. All right, we're all set.
Looks like Joyce needs some help. I got the open API right here, no problem. Just make sure the endpoints look good and hit save. I'll make sure and comment, let her know that I finished it. It looks like Matt and Arlemy are going to be doing some work too. I'll mention them as well. Make sure all three of them know that the open API is ready for them to use and generate collections. Matt will be able to do his testing. Arlemy should be able to do the documentation. And we're good to go.
All right, I've got an email with a comment. Joyce asked me, can I help set up mocks with this API? Okay. We'll select to create a mock collection. Create the mock. Now I can go ahead and I can leave a comment to say that the mock has been created. Looks like we also need a collection for testing, so we'll generate another collection. Now we have that collection set up. We can go in and add my test script. Perfect. And it looks like that test script is working just fine. So I'll switch back to the comment mode now and drop a comment to let them know the tests are ready.
All right, let's see. Have a notification. So Joyce tagged me in a comment. What did she say? She wants me to do some documentation. Let's go ahead with that. This should be easy enough. Let's generate a collection and give it a name. And select API documentation. Let's check the documentation that's been automatically generated. That looks good. Okay, I'll let Joyce know that this is done. And then she can take it from there.
All right, let's see how folks are doing. Oh, they're all done. Nice work. Let's see if Mina can deploy this. Okay, it's in her hands.
Okay, what do I have to do today? Yeah, there's a comment by Joyce. Can you please deploy the ISS API to AWS? Okay, just go to the gateway, I think. Yeah, let's import the Open API for this. And okay, the endpoint. Yeah, let's just set up the backend endpoint URL. So postman.com space yep. Okay, save and deploy. Yes. Deploy to production. Yes. Yeah, copy the link. And yeah, Postman. I should just create a new environment. Yeah. Maybe let's call it space station production. Base URL. Yeah, let's just paste this. And hopefully everything should work. Yes, let's get back to Joyce. I have deployed the ISS API to production. And yeah, also let me tell her about the environment that I've added. So there's another environment for working with the API. And done.
Let's see what's going on. Ah, she did it. Nice work. We should probably get some feedback from the community. Let's make the workspace public. Let's see if Hannah wants to have a look at it.
Joyce needs something from me. Okay. Look at the docs. Okay. Looks good to me.
I need a collection for this API first workshop. Let's see what I can find. Oh, this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and fork this. Give my fork a name. Oh, I can edit the workspace description. This is going to help people get started. I'm going to go ahead and make this public. And we're good to go.
Hopefully that gives you a little introduction into what is possible with Postman Workspaces, especially when it comes to collaboration across your teams, using comments to work together asynchronously, and then when you're ready, making those workspaces available to the public so that your APIs, collections, and other resources can be found via the Postman API network.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, now that you've all seen a scenario for public workspaces, I'd like to introduce our fantastic partners who will give an overview of their API strategy, as well as how they're looking to put public workspaces to work.
Thanks, Abhinav. Twitter is rooted in the fabric of our everyday lives. It's what's happening in the world and what people are talking about right now. We exist to serve the public conversation, to enable everyone to learn, reflect, understand, have fun, and connect. The creativity of people around the world, like our developer community, literally shapes our service. Developers invented the hashtag and popularized the word tweet. They even built our very first iOS app. That's how it started. Here's how it's going. Developers all over the world are passionate to understand, extend, engage in, and improve the public conversation for everyone. That's why we're shipping the next generation of the Twitter API. It's our biggest release yet. One of the things I'm most excited about the new Twitter API is the new high replies endpoint, which allows developers to limit the impact of abusive, distracting, or misleading replies at scale. Many developers have already been building new ways to keep conversations relevant and less toxic thanks to this endpoint. Another new feature is the new Tweet Annotations AI. We use our artificial intelligence to understand the topic of a tweet, regardless of its language. In the new Twitter API, you can directly use our first-party AI to get named entity recognition and topic representation for free and out of the box. We've already seen a lot of interesting applications with this. For example, how many people were talking about sports in the context of the global pandemic? And how does the conversation change between, say, Hindi and Japanese, even if you don't speak either language? The new Twitter API gives you the answer with just one simple call. We spent the past 2 years listening to our developers and working closely with our community to bring endpoints and functionality that developers have been asking for. We're not simply shipping a new platform, we're taking a new path with developers. Our vision is simple and bold. We inspire our diverse community of developers and earn their creative energy to extend Twitter beyond what we can imagine. One of my favorite tweets come from our research teams. It says, building for everyone is building for no one. We don't simply build for our developers, we build with our developers. What does it mean? It means, for example, introducing new product tracks studied to better serve different groups of developers. For example, academic researchers have different goals and needs than an indie maker, and they have different objectives than, say, larger businesses. So our new structure will have separate access levels, so each category of developers will finally better reach their goals and aspirations. This is why Postman is so important in our strategy. Our new API brings so many new features and functionality that developers need a straightforward way to explore what's new. Postman has been the top user agent that developers use when making their first request with the Twitter API. And like I said, we don't simply build for our developers, we'll build together with them. Instead of simply telling our developers what we have in mind, we often use Postman to prototype new endpoints with them. We design the endpoint experience directly in Postman, so users feel like they are hitting the new endpoint in production, when in reality that endpoint doesn't even exist yet. Even if it's returning real tweets, real data, and even if it's responding to the user's input. So thanks to this approach, we're saving weeks of development time, and we're shipping faster than ever. The public conversation has never been so rooted in the fabric of our lives. Together, with our platform and your creativity, we'll build the best tools so everyone can advance, improve, and learn from it. Let's build this future together.
Hi, I'm Marcel Ribas, and I'm a solutions architect for Dropbox. Dropbox is our content-based collaboration solution, and HelloSign is our digital workflow platform. Both empower workflows for millions of users. We receive almost 2 billion API calls per week. Our mission is to design a more enlightened way of working, which became even more important in the past year. Dropbox helps people be organized, stay focused, and get in sync with their teams. Because our customers use so many different tools and processes in their daily life, integration is core to our strategy. That's why we need to have a rich set of APIs. We have 3 major API categories that our customers can use. The user API enables actions that typically would be executed by a Dropbox user, things like copying files, moving files, deleting files, as well as sharing. The business API enables administrators to manage their Dropbox teams. It allows user provisioning, creating groups, reading the activity log, and other actions. The HelloSign API powers electronic signature workflows, such as HelloSign for Salesforce, as well as many custom integrations. We chose to publish our collections in the Postman public workspace to open another collaboration avenue with developers all over the world. Within a public workspace, developers can try Dropbox and HelloSign APIs, learn how best to use them, and make suggestions. They can even fork our collections and make pull requests with their improvements. We are now able to get closer to developers in a way we haven't done before, in a true collaborative fashion. If you have an idea of an interesting integration with Dropbox or HelloSign, head over to our public workspace. Import our collections, try them out, and let us know what you are building with our APIs. We're looking forward to collaborate with you in Postman.
Aloha Postman Galaxy, my name is Kris Harrison, and on behalf of everyone here at Salesforce, I'm so excited to be here and share how important APIs and Postman are to our ecosystem and our trailblazing customers and partners. For those of you who don't know us or our coterie of mascots, Salesforce is an enterprise software company that helps businesses better understand and connect with their customers, and APIs have been vital to that mission since day one. We have an immensely broad portfolio of products and services and consistent access to everything from data, metadata, events, and actions through APIs has been fundamental to our strategy and execution. We harness APIs internally to quickly ship world-class products like Work.com and Vaccine Cloud. Our customers customize and integrate their Salesforce instances through APIs, and our partners use APIs to extend what's possible with Salesforce with the incredible solutions they publish to our App Exchange. I'm a product manager on the Salesforce platform, and I live and breathe APIs. Lately, I've been wishing there was an API with a delete method, a special delete method that could help me cut my hair, but I digress. Postman is an essential tool that I use each and every day to help test, document, and demonstrate the extensive API capabilities that my team owns. With Postman, we're able to provide developers with rapid access to an open source collection of over 200 request response templates that cover dozens of Salesforce APIs. With Postman, our customers can discover the breadth and depth of API capabilities available across our platform ecosystem and very quickly onboard to submit requests using environment variables and other settings that help speed up experimentation without the need to write extensive code or tinker with configurations. Salesforce APIs are now available on the Postman API network, and with Postman's new public workspaces, it's easier than ever for you to contribute to this open collection and make it even better. And like Postman, we're doing our best at Salesforce to drive industry standards so that everyone can enjoy consistent access and success with APIs. To that end, we've recently kicked off pilot implementations to describe a number of Salesforce REST resources with an Open API 3 specification. This will reduce the barrier to entry for new or even returning developers on the platform and make it easy to rapidly build, test, and deploy API-first experiences. If you're interested in participating in one of our Open API pilots, reach out to your account team and let them know. To get started with APIs at Salesforce, we encourage you to try out our Postman collection today. One of our incredible developer advocates, Philippe Ozil, has partnered with one of our architects, Sebastian Colladon, to spearhead the Salesforce collection project and its publication on the Postman API network. Check out their blog, which includes a link to the collection so you can get started now. We can't wait to see what you build.
Thank you to our partners for sharing their amazing work with the Postman community. So that's Public Workspaces, and it's just the latest of the exciting updates Postman has planned for you. Before I wrap up, let's look at a few things that are coming on the Postman roadmap. Up first, for our larger customers who are looking for greater governance and control over their large-scale deployment of Postman, we are planning some big updates to the Postman Enterprise tier. You will soon have tools to help you scale Postman to thousands of users across hundreds of teams. These features include support for SCIM that will work with your single sign-on provider to help you manage large teams effectively within Postman. You will get custom permissions for more granular control over roles. And finally, user group visibility controls to control exactly which workspaces these groups see and work on. Next, we get a lot of requests to offer first-class support for Git. Pretty soon, you'll be able to bring your APIs into any Git or CI/CD workflow with a brand new Git integration. You will be able to save and version your Postman collections or schemas. These can go in your Git repository while also maintaining a tight workflow with your Postman workspaces. And finally, one update that I'm personally most excited about is the Flow Runner, our new no-code tool that will allow you to chain API requests into sophisticated flows without needing to know JavaScript. We often heard from you on how waiting to learn how to code was becoming a blocker on more advanced Postman usage. Well, with the Flow Runner, you will literally get drag and drop functionality to build exactly what you want to with any API in the world. I'm very excited about this. To recap some of the things I covered today, we have seen an explosion in API usage and creation everywhere. APIs are at the heart of modern software, but developers and consumers need a way to work faster and better together. The new Postman API platform that we are launching today addresses these challenges head-on. And finally, Public Workspaces powered by the awesome new user interface will open up a whole new way for you to collaborate and work together on APIs. As always, thank you, and I can't wait to see what you can do with Postman.